Hey guys, what's going on? Steven back again, and I'm here with another video. This is talking about the potential writer's strike that could possibly be going into effect as of May 2nd. Now, I have a few articles here talking about, different things about the strike and what could happen. So let's get right into it. The writers have spoken, and they're heavily in favor of authorizing a strike. The Writers Guild of America authorized their strike against production companies on Monday after a vote concluded with over 96% in favor of standing strongly for their requests regarding schedules, payments, and benefits to be fulfilled. If the Alliance of Motion Picture and Television Producers does not come into an agreement with the WGA, the strike could go into effect as early as May 2nd, which is just a few days away. So, if you remember, 10 years ago, there was another strike. The previous strike was held 10 years ago, running from November 2007 through February of 2008. So, for 100 days, shows such as Lost and Breaking Bad felt the effects as shorter and later seasons cut into their programming. Apparently, the 2007 strike is responsible for the birthing of mid-season breaks, as shows had to scramble to put together the second halves of their season. Many episodes were held until the new year before airing. The two parties refused to agree while bargaining. Should the strike go into effect next week, series such as The Walking Dead, which begins production on its 8th season today, which if you saw my previous video from yesterday, I showed a whole bunch of pre-production pictures and stuff like that. I got a whole bunch of little signs up saying do not mow the grass and all sorts of stuff in certain locations where they're going to be filming. So they are getting ready, but series such as The Walking Dead will be halted in their production. Sources involved with the AMC series have confirmed that a writer's strike will indeed halt the shooting. Should this be the case, shows like The Walking Dead will be on production hiatus until the strike comes to an end. Should the strike last longer, as long as the strike from 10 years ago, the AMC series might have to forego debuting their Season 8 trailer at San Diego Comic-Con in July, as they will not have wrapped up production on about half of their season as usual by that date. This isn't the only series that will go into effect as well, but we won't get a Comic-Con trailer like we always do. This does not just affect only The Walking Dead, which I've seen plenty of people complaining about and talking about. Anytime one of these things gets posted on Facebook and they use a Walking Dead picture, and it's like, well, it's only The Walking Dead, or they only think it's Walking Dead. Nope. Basically, any and all shows. Here's like a list of few shows that will be affected. So, Walking Dead, of course. American Horror Story, like The Walking Dead, this popular horror series, always returns around Halloween. Yet the 2016 presidential election theme season 7 is currently being written, and the scripts tend to be polished up until shooting. So the cycle would likely get pushed deeper into Trump's reign if there is a walkout. Further down the road, producer Ryan Murphy's next American crime story saga and second feud miniseries are now being written could get impacted. Star Trek Discovery, that would be affected. The Mindy Project, the Inhumans, Zoo, late night talk shows, Saturday Night Live, pretty much every scripted show on television. If there is a strike, the most important question for fans is how long will it last? The Great Writer's Strike of 07-08 lasted 3.5 months. That might not sound very long, but in the current peak TV era, there are more than 400 dramas and comedies airing per year. So even if the strike only lasts about the same amount of time, that's potentially a lot of shows seeing their seasons cut short, delayed, or perhaps just being written more hastily than they would otherwise would have been. Having your first season cut short by a writer's strike isn't necessarily harmful. However, just ask Breaking Bad. So, there are a few shows that you don't have to worry about. Basically any shows that are already done filming and stuff like that, or in post-production, you don't have to worry about, things like Game of Thrones, Twin Peaks, Orange is the New Black, BBC America's final season of Orphan Black, Stars' American Gods, Outlander, Preacher, and Stranger Things. That's a close one. So a few of those, some of those shows right there, are already safe. They've already done all their filming and everything like that, so they made the deadline. I think Fear the Walking Dead made it, I believe. Spin-off Fear the Walking Dead restarted shooting in January for a June 4th return, and could squeak through if all the scripts are written and production doesn't shut down. So if anything does go wrong, we might still at least get, Fear the Walking Dead, which I know some people, some people like, some people don't like, but, basically this is going to affect anything that is currently being written, anything that is about to be filmed, or anything that is currently being filmed right at this moment. So as of May 2nd, if there is no deal, they just say, fuck it, that's it. Doesn't matter, if they're about to film a season finale or a series finale, everything just comes to a complete halt. So a few things why the writers are unhappy. Central issues involve shoring up the WGA's health plan, which is facing a deficit, securing family leave, and protecting the Guild's current pension plan. The WGA argues that writers' average yearly income has decreased while the studio's operating profits have doubled from a decade ago. The other main point at play involves how writers are compensated. The flood of new shows on air and digital platforms, which provide endless space for content, is fueling peak TV and changing how shows are made. But writers are still paid per episode, an older formula. There are way more scripted shows now than in the past, but the norm has shifted from 22 episode seasons to only about 10. And shows now take longer to produce. In recent years, the number of scripted series have jumped by 50%, but the number of produced episodes only grew by 6%. According to Hollywood Reporter, while taking more time to produce an episode can make for better TV, writers argue that they are losing out on pay, especially with exclusivity deals that make it hard for writers to get to work on other shows and make up the difference, and more series overall that are less likely to go into syndication. The writers' demand include loosening some of those exclusivity rules and increased fees. What happened during the previous strike? Yeah, it's basically the same thing. Strike lasted from 100 days, November to February. Many scripted shows such as 30 Rock and Heroes cut their season short. Some talks continued on, and late night host improvised. Conan O'Brien killed time by spinning his wedding ring on his desk. Some hosts such as Jon Stewart did not return to the air. David Letterman also came back after his production company, which owned his show, struck its own deal. But when it came to the big screen, many said they felt the effects of the strike. With a bunch of movies, Michael Bay blamed the strike for ruining Transformers 2, since they only had 3 weeks to put together the story together. They only had 3 weeks to put the story together. Other movies included X-Men Origins, Wolverine, G.I. Joe, The Rise of Cobra, and Terminator Salvation were also affected. So, yeah. We only got a few more days to find out. May 1st is Monday morning. Next Monday is the last day of, that they can work out some type of negotiation. And if nothing falls through, Tuesday morning, That's it. Nothing's going to be happening. No Walking Dead doesn't start filming. Shows that are filming now will be, put on hold. Doesn't matter if they're just about done. Just imagine, can you just imagine Star Wars? Just imagine if they are, if they were filming the ending of The Last Jedi and this happened, there'd be no Star Wars. Star Wars would not come out, December 15th if, the writer's strike happened. But, I can kind of understand, some of these demands. That is kind of silly. Having these exclusivity deals and stuff like that. I do understand, the norm has shifted from 22 episode seasons. Every show, like, way back, 90s and probably in the 80s and earlier, all the shows had probably about somewhere between 20 and 25 episodes per season. X-Files had, about 24 episodes per season. Big Bang Theory has about 24 episodes a season. I don't know how you want to divvy that up. That show's only about 20 minutes long, so 3 episodes is an hour, so however you want to take it. But it does seem a little silly, now we're only getting about these 10 episode seasons, and some of these seasons are only like 6 episodes. Look at Walking Dead's first season. That was only 6 episodes. So imagine just being able to, just imagine being a writer and, okay, I'm contracted to The Walking Dead. Okay, I only write 6 seasons or 6 episodes, and I can't work for anyone else. Kind of sucks, doesn't it? And what else? You got Game of Thrones with only, 7 episodes or something like that? I don't know. Well, now with, Walking Dead at least being, 16 episodes, at least that is a little bit higher than, these 10 episode seasons and, stuff like that. So, at least they got, a little bit more leeway, I guess. But, even Gotham now, I think Gotham's about 20 something episodes, give or take. I don't know. They take so many breaks, that show. I don't even know what episode just came back. They premiered in October or something like that, and then they went on break in December. They came back in February for 2 episodes, then they went on another break, and then they're back again. I don't even know. But that does kind of suck, just being contracted to one show that only has 10 episodes and you can't do anything else after that. But I don't know. We will have to wait and see what happens. Hopefully some sort of deal goes through. We only got 5-6 more days until we find out, and I don't know. Let's hope. But what do you guys think? Do you think they're right to strike? Do you stand with them? Do you stand against them? Do you agree that it, kind of sucks that they're tied to one show, and, show may only have, a couple episodes and they can't do anything else? Do you think shows should go back to the norm of, 22 episodes per season, like, the old days? And, some shows still do it now. Do you think it should be that, or do you like the 10 to 13 episode, seasons? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and like I said, let's hope everything works out, and Walking Dead can get to filming. Chandler Riggs already read the season 8 premiere script and everything like that, so guess we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, if you guys like this video, feel free to hit that thumbs up button. That'd be awesome. If you guys like the channel, feel free to hit that subscribe button. That would totally help me out. I'd also like to say thank you and welcome to all my new subscribers. I appreciate your support. And you can follow me on my social media accounts. Links will be in the description box below. So feel free to follow me on Twitter, Facebook, or jump in my Discord channel. I'm always hanging out in there, so if you want to come in and chat, feel free. And yeah, that's about it. But just let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Other than that, more videos are on the way, so I will see you guys next time.